of AirPods Pro the all-in-one that we're looking for. So I've been using this pair of AirPods Pro for about a week now, and here is my experience of using them. I have to admit that during the first few days of using this pair of AirPods Pro, I was not used to how it felt in my ears. I felt that I was either pushing this in too deep into my ears. I just felt very uncomfortable because I've sort of moved away from these kind of in-ear earbuds to the original AirPods kind of shape. But I have to say, after a few days of putting them on and trying them and testing them out, I got so used to how they felt in my ears and I kind of like them. I just had to fiddle around and put it in my ears and find a perfect fit, and my ears got adapted to them, so all is well. And I know that there are many reviews online that say when they put these pair of AirPods Pro on, it felt like they are not putting on anything. It felt like they weren't wearing anything. But I did not feel that way at all. It still does very much feel like I have a pair of AirPods Pro in my ears. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, but it is just how I feel. I also brought them out to a cafe to test them out. With ANC turned on, these pair of AirPods managed to block out a lot of the ambient noise in the cafe when music was playing. And I like this a lot because it did all of this without messing up my hair. I know that this may not be a big deal to some people, but I think that for people who spend time, a lot of time, styling their hair in the morning, I think it would mean something to them. Tried to edit using these pair of AirPods Pro, and I have to say I very much prefer using the headphones for that. With this pair of headphones, I can hear sounds more clearly. I can hear different kinds of sounds, whereas with this pair of AirPods Pro, I can't do that. I managed to get the advertised 4.5 hours worth of battery life with ANC turned on. For such a small pair of earphones, that is pretty great. And yeah, kind of appreciate that. And with the fast charge feature, you can actually get 1 hour worth of listening time with just 5 minutes of really quick charging, and I can attest to that, it worked. Here's what I think. Is this pair of AirPods Pro worth the money? If we're going to talk about pricing and sound quality, Sony headphones is more value for money as compared to the AirPods Pro. As I mentioned in my previous videos, this baby has starred in a lot of my previous videos. Got this pair of Sony headphones for about $360. This pair of AirPods Pro cost me $379. This is more value for money. It has better ANC, much higher sound quality as compared to this pair of AirPods. However, what are you paying for with this pair of AirPods Pro? Aside from the crazy amount of tech that is being stuffed and crammed into this pair of AirPods Pro, you're also paying for the ecosystem, how easily it connects with your Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, all your Apple devices. It just works seamlessly in the Apple ecosystem, and so if you're in it, you're paying for the ease of use. You don't have to pair it over and over again when you switch from device to device. Something that I appreciate so much, especially when I use my pair of Sony headphones. So yes, it takes time, and that is why I so appreciate how well this pair of AirPods Pro, or any pair of AirPods actually, work well within the Apple ecosystem, which I am in. In terms of size and portability, this pair of AirPods Pro would definitely be the headphone tenfolds. I get that some people don't want to carry something bulky and want something portable, lightweight, something that they can just, throw in your pocket. That is where the AirPods Pro stand out. AirPods, including this one, is one of the smallest in the industry, so that is one really great thing about it. I know I keep comparing them and it's not a fair comparison, but these are what I have and these are what I use, and that is why I compare them. So here's my conclusion. The AirPods Pro is definitely lighter and more portable than the headphones, obviously, but the ANC feature is not as good as the headphones. Example, my dad was playing really loud music in his room. With the AirPods Pro, I could still hear a bit of his music, whereas my headphones managed to do a better job at sealing out the music. But this AirPods Pro would definitely beat the AirPods 1 or 2 in terms of ANC and sound quality. I've also watched a lot of reviews comparing the AirPods Pro and the WF 1000X Mark IIIs. Many say that the Sony way surpasses this in terms of sound quality and ANC, but I have not tried it. If I get a chance, I would love to test that out If I do, you guys would know. But I have to say it's super hard to pull me out of the ecosystem because the convenience that the AirPods bring is just incredible. It's so seamless. It makes you forget about the good old days where you have to pair and unpair when you switch between devices. Oh, and did I say I was returning them? What? Yes, I know I've said a lot of good things about this pair of AirPods Pro, and I've even encouraged some of you guys to get it. This would be an amazing upgrade, but I'm returning it. Because firstly, tech is not cheap and I am saving up to buy the bigger stuff and I have to decide to let this go. And secondly, my AirPods, the ones that I currently have, Gen 1, is still of a good condition and it may not be perfect, it may be a bit scuffed up, but it's still okay and the battery life is still alright, so I am good with this. And I still have the beautiful Sony headphones that I completely adore. I do not need this pair of AirPods Pro yet. But I need to say this. If my AirPods 1 were failing me and I didn't already own a great pair of Sony headphones, I would definitely get the AirPods Pro just because it's sort of the all-in-one that we want. ANC, portability, and it works seamlessly in the Apple ecosystem. What else can you ask for, right? Although, I would have loved it if they released a matte black version of this AirPods Pro. Would you please do that, Apple? Maybe next year? And remember when I said I didn't like how this pair of AirPods look? I'm like freaking used to it right now. I don't really mind how it looks because this part is in my ears most of the time. Yeah, you guys are no longer ugly to me. You guys are normal AirPods to me. I got so used of seeing all of this on the ads on YouTube. As an Apple fan and someone who is deeply integrated in the Apple ecosystem, I would definitely go with this. If you guys have money saved up to buy a new pair of earphones and you are already in the Apple ecosystem, the AirPods Pro is such a great choice. And you can do what I did, buy it, test it out. If you really don't like it, return it. I think testing it out for a few days is actually the best way to go about it, to see if you like it or not. For me, I love it. I would be sad to see you go. Goodbye, I hope you find a good owner. And thank you Apple for the 14-day return policy, for letting us test it out. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you guys in any way. But if you have any questions at all about this pair of AirPods Pro, just leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos like this. It would really help the channel. Stay minty and cheery. Have a great day ahead. Bye. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my choo-choo-la. Ooh, I love it. You better grab that tambourine.